Welcome to WTNA Hawk. Welcome to WTNA Talk. This is your host King Russ and aka John Harris. This is my question and answer video. Thank you for all the questions, everybody. I got so many questions I can do 2 videos now. So I'm happy with that. Let's get going. Question number 1. Out of all of the new talent on the roster, who has the best chance that has not been in the world title match to beat anyone and win it? Wow. There's like, I want to say Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins have the brightest future and the best chance to win the world title in the future, because they do. And Joey's building it up quite nicely. So I gotta go with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. Those two for sure. I don't know anybody else. I think Adam Rose may be going back down to NXT because his gimmick's just not working. It's not main event material. But I'm going to go with Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. What are my thoughts on AJ Lee returning and winning the Divas title? I've seen different things about this. Some liked it, some loved it, some were okay with it, some didn't like it. I didn't have a problem with AJ Lee coming back and winning the title for her first night back. Paige was not getting over the fans, not connecting with the fans at all. So they had to take the title off Paige. And nobody else, they could not get the title to anybody else but AJ Lee. Because Cameron and Naomi are feuding with themselves, out with each other, so they're out. Nikki Bella and Bree's technically fired, she quit. Nikki's feuding with Stephanie. Natalia's down in NXT. And they're not really pushing Alicia Fox. So there's no way for AJ Lee to come back and become the new Divas champion again, which I'm fine with. Now they're going to do the slow heel turn for Paige. Hopefully at SummerSlam to give AJ and Paige a chance to have a nice, good, long Divas match, because they can have a great Divas match. Those two could. I think AJ Lee's the face of the Divas division for sure. 1, 2. She's the #1 diva in WWE. Plain and simple. Vince is a huge fan of AJ Lee. Vince loves AJ Lee. She's not going anywhere. She's the top diva. She's the top female working in WWE. That's what Vince. That's according to Vince McMahon himself. So I had no problem with it whatsoever. I liked it. I'm a huge AJ Lee fan. I'm wearing her shirt. See? Next, is TNA going broke? Okay. As long as TNA has Panda Energy backing them, they won't go broke. They'll be okay because they'll always have Panda Energy as their backup. They're funding them. If they lose Panda Energy, yeah, then they're gonna be in big trouble. But as long as TNA has Panda Energy, they'll be fine. They'll be alright. They're struggling. They have money problems, but they'll be alright. They got them. Next, what is the reason behind Santino retiring? Okay, Santino's retiring because he got a third neck injury, and he can no longer compete in the ring because his neck is, I guess, not bad damage because the third neck injury. He doesn't want to be paralyzed or anything. So Santino's actually pretty good in the ring, but Joey didn't give him a serious gimmick or push in a while. Says a comedy act, which I feel kind of bad for Santino. I think that's why he'll be remembered as a comedy guy. So, but he's retiring because of a third neck injury, and he's in his mid-30s. Could have gone on longer, but since third neck injury, he's retiring. And best luck to you, Santino, in the future. Hope we see you on WTV doing something in the future. Why did WWE treat Santino so badly, like a clown? He could have kicked ass in the mid-card. Yeah, they treated Santino like he's a comedy act, plain and simple. They treated Santino as a comedy act. They didn't see him as a main guy as they could push, they could get behind. They just didn't see that in Santino. Just the way it is. Myself, I don't know. I, I, I personally thought Santino could be a good mid-card wrestler. He's a former Intercontinental Champion, former U.S. Champion, so you know, wouldn't be that far of a stretch, but WWE never gave him the chance, so what can you do? Who would win between AJ Lee and Trish Stratus? I've been thinking about this and thinking about this. I think Trish Stratus has been, overrated somewhat. She was good, but she wasn't that good in the ring. She was good, but she worked her ass off and got better and better as she did. Trish Stratus was a good wrestler, but she wasn't, I think Trish Stratus and AJ Lee could put on one hell of a women's wrestling match, Divas match. I think they could. Who would win? Man, I gonna go with Trish Stratus beating AJ Lee, but I think AJ Lee could beat Trish Stratus as well, but I'll go with Trish Stratus, I guess. But I think AJ Lee could beat Trish Stratus too. I think AJ Lee is just as good as Trish Stratus is. AJ Lee is much better on the mic than Trish Stratus was. That's for sure. And AJ Lee has played her character / gimmick so much better than Trish played. But Trish really didn't have much of a gimmick per se to play, so. But it would be a really good match. Is Vince going to buy TNA? No, he's not. No, he's not. No. No, he's not. Dixie Carter's parents would never sell TNA to Vince McMahon. Plain and simple. They come out and said that they would never sell TNA to Vince McMahon. I believe that. Have they tried to sell TNA in the past? Yes, they have, multiple times, but it's never worked out. Because they want Dixie Carter to stay in control. And the people who want to buy TNA don't want her to stay in control. They want her gone, but Dixie Carter's parents won't have that, so that's why TNA hasn't been sold yet. But no, Vince is not going to buy TNA. It's not going to happen. Why does Vince at the last minute change what W Creative and Triple H come up with for the talent? He doesn't always change it, not always. Yes, Triple H and Vince don't agree on everything that's creative. They didn't agree on how to go with the Shield. Vince wanted to split up Shield. Triple H wanted to split the Shield way before Vince did. Vince wanted to keep the Shield together sooner and do the babyface run with them, which they did. Then they eventually split up the Shield. They don't totally agree on everything. Vince wants CM Punk back. Triple H really could care less if he came back or not. Triple H and Vince are not going to agree on everything. There are creative differences between the two. They don't agree on everything creative, so, Vince is still number one in control. He's the boss still. Everything goes through him. Everything has to get his approval. The script for Raw, script for SmackDown, script for pay-per-views has to go through him. Has to get approved by Vince McMahon. So they're not going to agree on everything creative, that's for sure. But most times they work it out. They agree on it. Like Vince is a huge supporter of AJ Lee. Vince loves AJ Lee. Triple H has no problem with AJ Lee at all, except for the fact she's saying Punk. But that's it. Other than that, he likes AJ Lee. No problem with her at all. So it's just they don't always agree on everything. Vince sees stuff one way, Triple H sees stuff another way. So it's kind of hard. It makes things a little difficult. But next, why is Roman Reigns overrated? Roman Reigns is not overrated at all, not to me. Roman Reigns is good in the ring, has the look, is getting better and better on the mic. I think Reigns is good on the mic. He'll get better and better as time goes on. He has the look, he's good in the ring. Roman Reigns is going to be a major megastar in the future. Hands down, no doubt about it. He's going to be a megastar. He's going to be John Cena's replacement most likely. Because he has that chance. He's way over the fans. The fans love Roman Reigns. He's way over with the fans. So I do not think Roman Reigns is overrated at all, to be honest with you. I don't. When is Sting coming to WWE? I wish I knew, because you hear so many different things about Sting and WWE. Sting himself said he's gonna be a WWE Hall of Famer soon. Sting said that himself, which makes me think he's going to WWE very soon. He's gonna be the pre-order bonus for WWE 2K15. The WWE thing has been in talks for a while now, trying to figure out the mining contract, what they want to, get all the details well worked out. So, I'm hoping to get it worked out fairly soon. I really do. Because there's been no real update on Sting in WWE in a while, so I don't know what's going on lately. He could slime by now. I don't know. There's been no update. But as soon as I get an update on Sting in WWE, I'll let you guys know. But there's been no major update on Sting in WWE. Besides, they're in talks still. Talks are going good. So I hope Sting signs soon with WWE. I do. Next. Why does AJ Lee have no charisma? AJ has a lot of charisma, actually. I think AJ Lee has a lot of charisma, a lot of personality, plays her character and gimmick very, very well, good in the ring, very good, great on the mic. I think AJ Lee does really, really well, does great. People do not give AJ Lee enough credit. They really don't. And it frustrates me because she's a lot better than a lot of people think. She's put on some really, really, really good matches in WWE. Did you see her match with Natalia on main event for 15 minutes long? That was a great Divas match. That shows how great AJ Lee is in the ring. So, she has a lot of charisma, if you ask me. She has a lot of charisma, if you ask me. AJ Lee does. But was the first WrestleMania a pay-per-view or a supercard? The first WrestleMania was a pay-per-view. All WrestleManias have been pay-per-views. It had celebrities, it had everything you could think of WrestleMania, first WrestleMania. Had Mr. T, had singers, actors. But first WrestleMania was a pay-per-view. Could there ever be a group as much impact as the Four Horsemen again? I honestly don't know. I don't think so, but you never know. The Four Horsemen were a very special group, one of the best groups in professional wrestling history. They were a great group. Held all the titles, had all the big names in there, had big impact on professional wrestling. I don't think there would be enough Four Horsemen had the impact they had. It'd be really hard to redo that again. It was so special the first time. But thank you guys for all the questions. This has been WT Talk, which has come to my question answer video. Send me more questions down in the comment section, please. See you next time.